You know that AI is doing incredible things for us today. We're seeing it writing a lot of content. We're seeing it creating pictures out of words. We're seeing a whole lot of things like that. And for content creators, hey, we're interested in that. But there's also some threats that people are talking about. Hey, why do we need content creators? Why do we need copywriters? Why do we need people who write in blogs if we've got this? And particularly, there's a new tool out there you might have heard of called ChatGPT. People are wondering, what is that? In 5 days, they had over 1 million users of that product, and it's growing by leaps and bounds right now. So that's what we're going to talk about on this episode of Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, your guide here, where we talk about the freedom and liberty lifestyle of live and let live. We embrace the non-aggression principle. You don't hurt others, you don't take their stuff, and you help others. And by the way, using AI, you're going to be able to do even more as a content entrepreneur who embraces that lifestyle. We've got some amazing things that are happening right now. We're going to be talking about ChatGPT. I asked the question, has artificial intelligence gone too far? Well, we're going to let you decide that because I'm going to show you a lot of examples of what's happening with this and the really good part of it too. It's from a company called OpenAI based out in Los Angeles, California, and they've put some work into this thing and it's so good, there's even some challenges on that. So we got you covered here on Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. I'm going to show you what's going on. Now, by the way, the GPT stands for Generative Pretrained Transformer. That means they packed a lot of information into it. They packed a lot of ideas in there. It's pre-trained before you start using it. They're doing that. And by the way, they're continually training it all the time. So it's continually getting better. And a lot of people are using this thing right now. Matter of fact, so many that, hey, here's a message I got just last night when I was out there. ChatGPT is at capacity right now. Get notified when we're back. So you'd tap on that and you'd see what's going on later. Well, OpenAI says, oops, something went wrong. By the way, I think they're handling it very well. I'm going to show you another little trick that they're using that I think is the right thing to do. But if you go over there, it could be really clogged. So just kind of have patience, and they're working on it right now. But that means this is such an enormously good thing for content creators, for businesses of all kinds around the world. Here was another example we saw where it said, we're experiencing exceptionally high demand. Please hang tight as we work on scaling our systems. I think they have done the right thing, letting their customers know what's going on. But when it works, this thing is amazing. It is really incredible. What they let you do is submit a form. That's what I did here. Submitting a form, you'll be notified when it is ready, and they'll do that so you can go over and try ChatGPT. I've been able to do that for you. I've been out there and I want to show you some things that are going to just blow your mind of what this thing can do, because we're always looking out for you here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. We're here to help you. We want to help you. And what I did is I made a recording. Yep, indeed. I made a recording because sometimes we couldn't get in there to use it. So we've got a recording. I want to show you this short little video that we've got here, a video within the video, and then we'll come back a little bit later. I'm going to show you some amazing things that you can do with this wonderful package. Okay, you've heard about the power of AI, artificial intelligence, and how it's writing for us now. What are we going to do about it? Well, hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I'm here to talk with you about that through our tantalizing Tech Tips with Terry, which we do at our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs meeting tomorrow, and that will be today. If you're listening to it on tomorrow, well, you get the idea. Wednesday, the 14th of December, and we're going to talk about it. I'm here right now in this new system called ChatGPT. ChatGPT, as an example, you can say, explain quantum computing in simple terms, or got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday, things like that. And the capabilities, well, remember what user said earlier in the conversation. Allows user to provide follow-up connections and also train to decline inappropriate requests. You can do a lot of things with it. Let's go to an example right here. Let's look at here at what can entrepreneurs know about Web3 to better build their business. Okay, real simple question. I'm going to type it in here, tap this here, and let's see what happens. It's writing the text there. Also known as decentralized web is a term that refers to the use of blockchain technology and decentralized protocols to build applications and websites. This technology allows for greater security and privacy, as well as the ability to create truly decentralized platforms, applications, and websites. You get the idea. It is pretty amazing. That is pretty coherent, and what it's doing is amazing. It was released November 30th, 2022, just a few days ago. And so we're going to talk about it here on this episode of Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Look at the opportunities for you as an entrepreneur, for blogging, for writing books, for writing notes, for writing email, all kinds of opportunities. And hey, what does that mean? Is it kind of scary we're going to be out of business? I don't think so, but let's talk about it. Get ready for looking at ChatGPT on our next episode. Okay, well, that was what we talked about at our regular event. And by the way, if you can join us, we'd love to have you. It's Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and you type in starkravingevent.com. Go to starkravingevent.com. You can register for that and come over and see us on these on the Wednesdays when we do that, and we'd love to have you come by and see us. So there's a lot going on with this, and the types of things you can do with it are amazing. Like I mentioned, number one you could do is you could have it design a nice email, an email to someone who's friendly and who's interested in what you're looking at. They're a prospect, they are interested in what you're doing, and write it in a friendly style, or write it in a casual style, or write it in a very formal style. You can do that, or write it in a Joe Rogan style. The options are amazing. You can also put together all kinds of brainstorming. Like you say, gee, I wonder what I should write about now. You know what it's like when you're getting ready to produce your content, and you're going, oh, what am I going to do? I don't know. What do I do here? I don't know what to put out. Start putting in a few ideas and then watch what happens as it comes back with other ideas for you, with lots of good stuff that's going to be there. Well, now there's a lot you can do with that, and I want to share some things with you that you can do. Like, for instance, right here, here's something that I was doing, working on this, and I was working on writing something here. Look at this. I said, write about what is the best marketing tactic working today, and write it in Spanish. And look what happened. After a few moments, it came back with this in Spanish. Now that is pretty amazing. When you look at the kind of capabilities that it has and what it can do, that is amazing. And it put it together. Of course, now the question is, and people that are astute will go, yeah, but is it accurate? And so what I did is I took something. I'm going to click over here. Okay, my screen is back. Got it back here. Here's what it looked like when it came out. You'll say it came out in Spanish. Well, what I did is I went over to Google Translate and translated it back into English because it was given to me originally in Spanish. And I looked at it and read it through in English. Sounds perfect. So I know I've got a good translation here. Oh, and by the way, another real handy little feature on this is that as I'm learning Spanish, I get a chance to see the two side by side. So if you're working on learning a new language, hey, this could be a really good thing for you, that you'll be able to work with that. You'll be able to work with the languages and see what it's like. Let this generate the content for you. And by the way, another really good way to use that would be if you are working in some markets and you want to get over into other markets that are beyond what you're doing right now. Say, for instance, Spanish. There's a lot of people in the world that speak Spanish that might be able to use your product or service. Wouldn't it be nice to have a tool where you can translate what you do from English into Spanish? And then, of course, you could check it with Translate, or even better, get a native speaker to take a look at it, someone who's really conversant in Spanish, really intelligent, knows the subject matter, that they can look at it. They can say, hey, this looks pretty good. Or they might say, you know, you might want to change this word here to this other one, etc. So that would be a good way to look at it. But a lot of good things can come from that. As you can see what I did here, it's a great learning tool. So I can put that in there, went a couple of pages here, and did a very, very good job with it. Now, another thing you can do, look what I did on this one. I love this one. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you here. Say, I typed, write a 5-paragraph summary of Tolstoy's War and Peace that can be easily understood by a 4th grader. And look what happened. It came back with, look at this, War and Peace is a book by Russian author Leo Tolstoy. He's a really good author, by the way. And really long book, and it's about a lot of things, etc., etc. And it goes through, and you'll see it gave me the paragraphs that I wanted, told me how it is at the end. Here, I'm going to spoil it for you a little bit. In the end, the war ends. Yep, it was the war between France and Russia. And the Rostovs, these are the main people in the book, are able to live in peace again. They learn to be kinder to each other and to appreciate the things that really matter in life. War and Peace is a book about love, family, and the importance of peace. And by the way, I would say it's an excellent book as well. You want to get that and read it. That's just an aside here. But look at what happened on that. Think about how you can use use this now. I took War and Peace, known for being one of the longest books, biggest books ever written, and I condensed it down to 5 paragraphs so that I could digest it a little bit better. Now, did it give me all the details? Of course not. But it gave me enough of a gist that I know some of the things about it. Think about how you can do that also with an article. I've done that with some websites now, just in the last day or two that I've been working with this. I'll go over, see a more complicated article, and I get the whole thing, copy it, put it in there, and then I ask ChatGPT to translate that for me, or to put it into something a little bit shorter, put it into 2 paragraphs. So I've got the summation of it. Think about that. Too long, didn't read? We've got a solution for that now. You take that whole thing that's too long, pop it in there, and then you can have it condensed to just the essence of what needs to be done. I think this is pretty amazing. And look at this also. Here's what I've done. I did another one here with the brothers Karamazov, the Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky. And by the way, look what happened. I put it in here, and I spelled Dostoevsky's name wrong. But it came back showing me the right way to do it, Fyodor Dostoevsky. That's pretty nice. And I said, I want it so that a 5th grader could understand this. And you see, they gave me the basic plot of what happened all the way through and told me the end of it here. The Brothers Karamazov is a story about family, love, and forgiveness. It shows how important it is to treat others with kindness and to always tell the truth. I think this is pretty amazing. When you can read books like that, you got a big book you haven't read, or you need to get up to it, speed on it, or you need to just kind of find out some of the basics of it. You could get that. I haven't tried this, but you might try, instead of 5 paragraphs, you might say, give it to me in 5 pages, or give it to me in 800 words, or something like that. So you'd get a little bit more. I would want to experiment with it. But remember also, they're going through some times right now where their engines are really under pressure a lot. That's why I like what they said. They're giving us the notices of just a little bit. Here, let me show you this. I'm going to click over here on this. And, oh, well, I'm not on that. So never mind. Well, what I'm going to do is, you can see what it will do is it will give you the ability to then wait a little while and come back. I would hope that they would come out with a version where they can say, this is the free part, this is the free version, but we're also going to have a paid version. So if you pay, you get into a special channel, so you'll get access to what's going on. You get a chance to see how it's happening and what's going on happening with them. Now, you see, I can put all kinds of ideas in here and questions about this. I put a question here that was kind of fun. And see if as I move a few things around here on this, I put in there, why are communication skills so important in your career and in business? What is the best way to improve your communication skills? And they came back with this answer. Good communication skills are important in a career and in business because they enable you to effectively express your ideas and thoughts, and to understand the ideas and thoughts of others. So it's given me a good response here that I think is really, really handy. This is where we are today. And I'd say it's nothing short of amazing what we're seeing happen with this and the kind of possibilities that are there. So a lot of good things are ahead on this. We're going to be seeing many, many other techniques and other ways that we can use it. And I would encourage you to start thinking about this. Think about how you can use a tool like this, that you can start having it right for you. But I'm going to say also another thing I want you to think about. Some are saying, oh, gee, it's going to replace copywriters. It's going to replace us authors. No, I don't think so. At least not right away. Right now, it looks like it's a good, as I've seen others say, and I would have to agree. What I've seen, it's a very good output for 7th grade reading level, which is very good, by the way. 7th grade, it answers the question, but you're going to need your expertise. So here's what I would suggest for you. Though, if you are a content creator, I would recommend that you look at this as the beginning. Look at it as a way to begin the thinking process. Do the brainstorming, the initial rough draft. Let it be that for you, and then take that and you language it and wordsmith it from there. So keep thinking about this. That's the key. And you're going to be able to do a lot more because there's a whole lot going on. I think of the stories of some of the most famous people out there. They kept learning. They kept learning and growing. They kept looking at what was available and how they could use it and what is there. So think about this, and I want you to look at the possibilities that are there for you with artificial intelligence as a content creator. It's going to give you the ability to express yourself maybe a lot better. I don't think we're going to lose our jobs. We still are going to be needed because we're going to need to take it and spiffy it up a little bit. Plus, AI doesn't know your personal story. We who are professional speakers know the importance of sharing our personal stories. We call them our signature story, something that is really unique to you, and you want to share that with others. AI is not close to that right now. Now, things are changing constantly, so it's important to stay on your toes, keep changing and adapting. That is how we succeed. Hey, I want to hear from you. Get to know us here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, and we want to help you in getting the things done that you need to do and make those happen in a profoundly good way. I'm Terry Brock. Thanks for joining us, and I will look forward to hearing from you.